I posted something today, the post about clearing the blocks. I'm going to share with you the tools that I found that absolutely changed everything for me. Okay, number one is the Neutralizer. Can you see that? The Neutralizer, I posted it today, and it says it shows you anger, resentment, anxiety, depression, sadness, frustration, self doubt, judgments against yourself. Like, I'm afraid to do this. What if this happens? What if they think this? I'm a piece of shit, all this stuff. Grief, loss, like fear of loss, even sadness that you're something's over, and want and infatuation. What's crazy is this. First of all, what we track and measure gets results faster than fuck. But those of you that are new, by the way, welcome. I just get on here and free ball it today. I've still got on my gym clothes from this morning. It's Friday. We stopped working early. I'm trying to get out my offers for what is it called? What's next week? Black Friday. We're going to start the Black Friday opening. And I'm honestly so excited. And I've had to clear some stuff because there's so much excitement around it. And sometimes excitement, you just go fast. And I want to make sure I take my time with stuff to be present fully, but it's exciting stuff what we're doing to close out this year for those of you who are ready for a fucking change. And typically you're here because something's not working out. Maybe you're tired of the struggle and you're ready to end the cycle of things not working out with your body and with your health. And you've tried all the diets, you've done all the supplements, you've even gone to doctors. Some of you have even gone to fucking Reiki healers and all this stuff, and something's off. And you think it's hormones. A lot of you think it's hormones and age, which, yeah, it definitely is a small piece of that. And we can get you with our physicians, get you checked out the way we do things, and get your adrenals fixed, your thyroid, all of it. This is why women come here. They no longer even have Hashimoto's or thyroid issues. I can't promise that for you. All I know is they did via our protocols. But the testing and gut testing and stuff like that are the tip of the iceberg, and they're very helpful. We biohack everything. Neurotransmitters, anything and everything. The reason why you would be struggling, we have a hack for that. And I'm not saying it's a shortcut, because we're not selling shortcuts. You're here because you've been doing shortcuts. Really, that's why you're here, is because you've tried to do diets. You've done all the surface level stuff, but the second something happens, or maybe the honeymoon wears off, here you are again. And so I created Hot Moms because that was me as well. And I figured out how to not do that. I figured out how to never be afraid of, like, why is my body not changing? I figured out how to not struggle around with my body. And today I'm going to give you some of those tools. And if you want these tools, all you got to do is work with us. All you got to do is apply, book a call, apply, reach out after you apply, and we will get you something customized so that you can break free. It doesn't matter what you're ready for. You may be ready for customized coaching. We offer one-to-one coaching, and it's actually really affordable compared to what you see online out there. And it's not just here's a meal plan and an email, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Here's your workout and your thing, and here I just need you to follow your macros better. It's not like that at all. These are world-class coaches, trainers, professional athletes, science-based things that we do. How many years we've been doing this? 15 years. And our results speak for themselves, and it's after people leave us, the results speak for themselves. There's that. And what I'm going to share with you today is just some tools that I've used along my journey, and I'm even using right now as I cruise into the holidays. I've got some goals. My body's just been in maintenance mode, and I'm just ready. Like, I could tell my mental health was taking a shit during the seasonal months, the winter months. And I was like, I'm ready to feel strong again. I'm ready to feel like I used to feel, but way better, obviously. Ready to just look really good again, have my obliques come in and just have a really snatched waist when you look at me from the side. I'm ready to have a nicer ass. I'm ready for my hamstrings to pop out. I'm ready for my shoulders to look a certain way when I'm on the camera. Just all those things that us women want. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look hot. That's actually who I can help the best, is women who just at the end of the day just want to be healthier and value personal growth, and they value feeling good and looking good. Because you're going to make more money, your confidence is going to be better, you're going to be a better wife, mom, and everything if you're happy with yourself. And we have it's a trauma-informed approach, where the reason why you're not where you want to be, there's some stored trauma. Your nervous system is dysregulated. So once you heal the nervous system and you clear the traumas that are in the way of what you do, you can't even see them. It's just belief systems. For example, you thinking that your autoimmune disease is why it's hereditary, or your mom was overweight and that's typically why you have issues, or maybe there's a disease that you have or something you have and that's the reason why things are harder. All those are some kind of micro traumas. There's belief systems in there. There's in your nervous system. It's not safe for you to be another way, whether it's the environment, societal, cultural, generational things. We're here to show you where they are, helping you increase your awareness, increase your capacity and resilience, and grow your capacity for things. It's not ever wanting you to say, hey, I wish this problem were smaller. It's helping you to be bigger. And because most people are walking around with the maturity of a small child, and a wounded inner child is walking around. We're not saying that we're therapists or anything, even though therapists come and work with us, and doctors do too, and take what they learn from us and take it into their practice. This is why we stand alone and are industry leaders in the trauma-informed approach to fitness, the nervous system approach to fitness, and actually healing the adrenals, not doing these crazy things. Please don't do that to me, Light. These crazy things, it's going to drive me nuts. These crazy things that people say you need to do. These just crazy fasts and intermittent fasting and dieting. Honestly, I'm not saying anything bad about the diets. It's a diet. If you don't follow it this way, you're going to XYZ. And that's no way to live. That in itself is traumatic. It's fearful. It's fear-based. When we're not about fear-based, your body, I say this on my profile, it's your body's not stubborn. Your fat's not stubborn. It's scared. And let me show you how. While we give you all the resources and the right resources to actually get results in record time, it's guaranteed if you follow our approach within 4 weeks, within 7 days, within 24 hours, you're going to have an aha moment. But I could go on and on, but today I want to give you some tools, share with you the tools. So the number one tool that I use is, of course, my hormone resources. Let me take a drink of water. And let's see what the team said. Okay. My hormone resources. So I had a total hysterectomy in 2000 after my second kid, 2016, I think, or 17. I am 39, coming on 39. And I was on birth control since I was 14, got pregnant, and had post-contraceptive syndrome. It's literally I've been on hormones my whole life. I struggle with that, being a health coach and being a shamanic healer almost, being a shamanic healer on a soul level, you can heal a lot of things and miraculous healings. And knowing what I know about health, I carried a lot of shame. Look at me, I'm on hormones. If I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't be on them. And here's the deal. Here's just the Dolly Parton gospel. I could create a life where I didn't need those hormones. Okay? I'm just not there. I'm a young, thriving entrepreneur. I've got things to do. And as we age, even if you have hormones, even if you don't have a hysterectomy, after 30, your hormones start to decline. Me personally, I just don't go out like that. I'm the type that says, and the shit that I come from, like my upbringing, I grew up in a lot of stuff. And even those of you, I thought I had a great childhood. Turns out my mom had a lot of chaotic energy. She had anxiety. They had their own problems. It wasn't a perfect family. And I realized that created in my nervous system that, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Oh, if this good thing's happening, then this is going to happen. And always busy. I was always busy, always in a hurry, always feeling like time was running out. There wasn't enough money. And something was wrong with me. That in itself is trauma. That in itself is a dysregulated nervous system. So with that, it just destroyed my hormones, really. And that's what created the outcome of the chronic fatigue and the hypothyroid and the gut issues that I had, and cystic acne and depression, anxiety, and my body wouldn't respond. I had too much body fat. It was crazy. But it was from a hormonal issue, right? So my hormone resources, number one, by far, hands down, are one of the best resources that I've found. I've spent thousands of dollars trying to find the right doctors. I found 2 that actually are fucking solid. And we'll give you access to those. All you got to do is caseyshift.com/apply. However, I do want to say this. You can't come in and expect just because you're doing your hormones, everything's going to shift. I've had many clients to just work with our hormone physicians and they're still stuck. So I don't want you to get your hopes up and think that's the answer. Will you find answers? Yes, with our hormone physicians. But I found the 2 resources that, hands down, bar none, know how to address the adrenals, which is the root issue of anything and everything. Epstein-Barr, thyroid issues, you name it. Fertility issues, adrenals, you've got to focus on the adrenals. Now, number 2 is the food and gut test. Number 2, that's just like huge. It's like, why would you go and focus on diets and focus on clean eating if the food that you're eating is not what your body needs for lowering inflammation and getting the results. So I found this test that we use, and I used to do IgG blood tests. This one's way better. Actually, a physician that's one of our clients, she uses it for her clients. Kids are in there playing games and they're screaming. It's all right. But this is just phenomenal. It's inexpensive, and we use that to tell you exactly what food you need to eat. We use AI so that if you need to know, how do I do this? Here are my results. What am I going to do? We show you how to use AI that tells you exactly on the spot what you're feeling, validating what's going on, and giving you meal plans, helping you understand the results. It's crazy amazing. And then the other tools here are something that no other fitness program talks about. And I feel like it's what really separates us from the rest and why people get such profound results with us. Number one, money and emotions. Backing up, the body tracking sheet. So we have specific macro calculator that is calculated on hormones. So in the macro calculator, you put in there where you're at hormonally. You'll see it once you log in. If you want access to any of these things so that you can finally, in the cycle of things not working out, finally get the results and feel better in record time so you can get on with your life, CaseyShip.com/apply. Let's chat. We'll get you the resources. So the body tracking sheet, this shows you how many macros you need to be eating if you're going to count your macros. Now, do you need to count macros in this program? No. What I suggest is this. It depends on your health. That's why I suggest doing an application, talking to us, because certain cases do not need to track macros. Certain cases don't need to work out. So it just depends. This is not a one size fits all. It's very customized. That's why you're like, how much is it? We've got over 30 different offers. So the best thing to do is talk to one of our coaches. And we've also, money is great, but we've turned down a lot of people for the mastermind and sent them to different offers because it's not a fit. So money's great. So if you're worried about, you're just going to sell me on some things, why don't you give yourself a little bit more credit, because you're not one to just be sold, because you're actually like tapped into your intuition and you know what to choose. But if we truly don't think you're going to be a great fit for the mastermind, we're going to say, hey, maybe you should start in this program or that program. So it's just literally consulting, because at the end of the day, I'd rather you trust me and also get results than to force you into a program that you're not ready to be in. So just wanted to throw that out there. So going back to the macro calculator, I use the macro calculator because I like to track sometimes. If I have serious goals, I will track. I've gone for almost 2 years and I didn't track. But right now, because I want to gain a little bit of muscle, I want to track. If whatever you track gets better results. Same thing with money. If you're trying to get out of debt, you use my debt tally sheet. If you're trying to create money for investments, you use my sheets. If you're trying to clear abundance so that you can create maybe company overflow, whatever, increase your profits, you go through money codes, a millionaire matrix. So I take this body measurement sheet and I put in my information. It tells me exactly, breaks down by week, how much fat I have gained or lost based on my body fat and weight. It tells me how much lean muscle I have. It tells me how many inches. Then I can look and see how many days I ate the food on track, or if I deviated, and it gives me a percentage. And based on that percentage and my results, I know exactly how to tweak my diet. I know exactly when and what workouts to do to get the end result. So guess what that takes out? Emotion, which is 99% of your problem. If you're struggling and stuck with weight, is emotion. If you have a plan, data is what you need to trust. When it comes to this, it's science, okay? And money doesn't have an emotion. This is why I want people, if you can't manage your emotions, you can't manage your weight or your money. Wouldn't it be nice to have all of that in data so that you can follow the data and then let your emotions come up with what I'm about to give you next? So I have this sheet that tells me exactly, based on this information, change this. Based on this information, do this. So I do that, and I track it, and I see across the board. I know exactly what was going on at this time. I know what gets the result. I know what red flags to look for. I know what indicators mean XYZ so that I get the desired outcome quicker. Everything's calculated and strategic. The problem is women are very emotional with their diets. They feel fat, so they do cardio. They feel fat, so they restrict, and that fucks their metabolism up. It destroys their fat burning capabilities. I'm too busy, I don't have time, so therefore let me just not do this. That right there in itself, you need to go clear what I'm about to show you. And if you had the data showing what needs to happen, you would just be like, okay, no, I need this to happen. during this time. If I just got in a 15-minute session this way and I ate right here, I'm good. Now you can go keep with your busy life and you're going to hit your goals. I know exactly where I'm at, where I need to go, and what's happening in my body so that I can go focus and work on what I need to work on. Next, okay, is the money. So money is one of the main stressors for most people, is safety. It triggers emotional responses in our body that tells us we aren't safe and we're stressing, and that creates fucking all kind of hormonal responses, and it just crashes your dopamine, oxytocin, zaps all the happy hormones. So what do? We address money code frequencies. We go in, we show you where the blocks are, and then we show you how to eliminate debt in record time. I'm talking people with regular jobs making 60 grand a year in medical field or something have paid off astronomical amounts of debt and purchased their dream house by doing this system. I learned it years ago, and even when I was at my brokest, I was like, there's no way. I don't have extra money. You don't understand. I did this system. I figured out a way, and I was like, I can't believe that's how much money I actually had, and I was spending on this. Like, it changed my life. And if you want to be somebody with money, you have to think like people with money are very strategic with their money. They're not emotional about their money. There you go. It goes from a consumer to a creative space. And so I did that. I give you all those tools. It's amazing, which will help you. That'll help just overall health, because financial is health. Financial health, spiritual health, physical health, all of it's health, mental health, all of it. Lastly, emotions. Your spirit and your soul and your emotional body is part of the whole. If you ignore this, you ignore pretty much, it's the motherboard. What you think and what you feel controls everything. So if you're afraid or you're anxious because you don't have a lot of time and you feel anxious, what are you really struggling with? What are you grieving? What are you avoiding? What are you worried about happening? Okay, what if I told you there's a way to clear it out in 30 minutes and answer a specific line of questions that change, it pulls out the charge from your body. It literally pulls out this charge out of your mind, flips it around, the perception, and releases the negative charge, and you're left with clarity and confidence and good feelings. I found this tool 2 years ago, another one that was a game changer for me, and I share it with you now. Okay, so once again, you'll notice I've created the content in the program from me just going through life, and here's what it meant for me. And a lot of people have breakthroughs. A lot of what I'm sharing with you are other people's shit. It's doctors, it's tests, it's sheets, numbers, all these things, because it's my lifestyle. This is what's helped me go from nearly dead and depressed and suicidal on all kind of medications, and I could not get my body to change. I was doing all the right stuff in the gym. I was eating all, like, dieting food. I was doing cardio. I was literally trying everything. Nothing would work. I was struggling in every area of life pretty much. I wanted to make more money. It seemed like that was so hard. It seemed like everybody else had it easier than me, and I've cleared that stuff. Do I still struggle? Yeah, it's about something else, and I have a higher view now. It's a constant evolution, okay? And I give you that so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. I just had another girl in my mastermind. She was going through a massive up level since she joined us, started making 6 figures. All of a sudden wanted to buy a bigger house, and all this stuff was happening. And I said, here's what I suggest. And I posed some questions to her, let her think about it, so that ultimately because she didn't come for money, and I could tell what was going on. And she goes, I'm so glad you said that. It literally saved me thousands of dollars. I'm like, I know, because I made that mistake. And if you can hire me as a mentor to overstep bullshit and to take 20 years, 30 years, maybe some of you could even die and not even get to this point. Take that off of your learning curve. Would you pay me just a little bit to take all that pain off your learning curve and actually quantum leap to where you want to be? Of course you would, unless you just hate feeling good, unless you hate results and you hate money and you hate being a happy, healthy, sexy person, period. But yeah, the clearings are amazing. It's the neutralizer. I call it the neutralizer. It neutralizes energy and literally pulls out the anxiety, pulls out the fear, the doubt, all of this. It's incredible. So all of these things in the sheets, I'm going to put screenshots. I'm going to send out the email. I'm going to offer a special enrollment for those of you that want access to all of it. All of it. Everything. There's even relationship stuff in here. HSA even pays for this. This is a business write-off. All of it. Those that want everything and one-to-one coaching. One-to-one coaching, Game changer. And like I said, it's not just here's your meal plan and your workout. Good luck. This is private. Somebody's got your back. The other day I heard a client that said, Coach Kate, she goes, she knew it. She looked at my body and goes, what's got you fucked up? She goes, I can tell you're holding water. What's up? She goes, and it was my job. Coaching like that, can you imagine the support? And it doesn't cost a lot. I'm telling you, what you see online right now, this is very competitive in rates. Very competitive in rates when you break it down. So we're offering everything right now for the holidays only. This requires action takers because we don't have a lot of spots. This is a live person. This is me. This is not just a program or a course that just like mass amounts of people are in. You know, on our calls, there's maybe maximum of 8 to 12 people. One may say something. It's crazy. We like to keep it this way. So there's not a lot of spots available. I move very quickly. This is only available right now if you're hearing this. I'm going to drop the link. Go ahead though, beat me to it, caseyshipp.com/apply. And I'll see you on the inside. Good luck.